Hello everybody, I am Alexandra Kosteniuk and I'd like to share with you the story about my trip to Colombia for the Chess Talent Tarrito Rojo 2010. The first stop of my trip was Bogotá, the capital of Colombia, and the first event of this one-week trip was the press conference. And you can see that I was giving a simultaneous exhibition, then I played a few blitz games. I signed hundreds of chessboards, took some photos, and then after this press conference I visited a very special place, the foundation Pies Descalzos. This is a foundation of Shakira that supports children mostly in poor areas. It was a very special moment of my trip to Colombia. I was able to share my love for the game of chess with these children, to show them that by playing chess, one can succeed in life, one can become a champion. It was probably one of the smallest simul I ever gave, and right now I'm telling the kids that playing chess and learning chess, it's like learning a new language. At the beginning you don't understand a single word. In a few more lessons, when you start learning the alphabet and the words, you will be able to say a few words. And then, after a few years of studying, you will be able finally to speak fluently. So the same goes to chess. Tarrito Rojo brought many presents to these kids and they were very happy. You can see the balloons, red and white balloons everywhere. Every kid got a bottle of vitamins, which are very essential in this area. And the kids were very happy just to talk to us, to ask where did I come from, to ask am I planning to come back.
¿El año próximo van a jugar con Alexandra?
Sí, pero ya no el año que viene.
Sí.
¿Esto aparece por noticias? Estamos en el noticiario MPI.
And I was very, very happy to see that despite all the difficulties that these kids
Este es el noticiero de Rusia.
face in their everyday lives, they're still kids. They're happy, they know how to laugh and how to joke. Sometimes one has to appreciate these smallest moments of happiness in life despite all the difficulties that life can bring.
Mira la Mayra. ¿Ustedes se van para el aeropuerto? ¿Sí se van para ¡Te quiero!
One small girl just told me te quiero, which means I love you.
Yo voy al volver de fotos. Ay, qué господи. Qué madre.
Oye, esperamos que vuelvas pronto.
Ok.
Ok. Tarrito Rojo. Tarrito Rojo.
No, no,
¿Ustedes se van para el aeropuerto?
Ok, chao.
And of course it touched my heart very much, and I was living in an absolutely different mood than when I was coming to this place. Right after my trip to the Fundación, I was invited to give a speech in the Sports University of Bogotá. Well, first of all, chess used to be the sport #1 in the Soviet Union.
Bueno, primero que todo, el ajedrez era antiguamente el deporte número 1 en la Unión Soviética.
Alexandra Kosteniuk, bienvenida!
Right now we are heading to see the key moment of my events in Bogotá.
Ya viene, miren, las escaleras eléctricas nos acompañan. ¡Un fuerte aplauso para ella!
Huge simultaneous exhibition for the 25 best players of the Chess Talent 2010 Tarrito Rojo. From the age of 8 to the age of 16, they all qualified. They played a qualification tournament in order to be able to face me in this simultaneous exhibition. And we were playing in a very big mall, one of the biggest malls of Bogotá, right in the center of this city, and there were thousands of people. Tarrito Rojo was giving some tryouts, and they said that more than 8,000 people received these tryouts. And as usual, this simul was a very tough one, especially since Tarrito Rojo was giving 6 prizes to the best players. These were very nice prizes, trips for 2 people to very good places in Colombia.
Tu nombre. Juan Camilo, cuéntanos, empate. ¿Qué se siente empatar contra la campeona?
Pues alegría porque campeona mundial y pues feliz por la preparación que todo el tiempo que me gasté preparando para jugar contra ella.
Solamente nos quedan 2 niños ya. 20.
So these were the last 2 games. One I made a draw, the other one I won, although I had a very difficult position. Here is the general manager of JTB and Tarrito Rojo, Mauricio Alford, and the prize giving ceremony.
Tarrito Rojo queremos desarrollar. Hoy le tocó al ajedrez. Vamos a seguir apoyando esta práctica.
Y una de todos, aparte también vamos a tener una foto de los que...
So the next stop of my trip was Medellin. It was the first time I visited this town, and the same as in Bogotá, this trip started with the press conference at 7 a.m., which is incredibly early for me, but in Colombia people usually start their working day early. So I opened this press conference with a blitz game, a very interesting French defense. Then I played one game blindfolded.
G6. G6. Alfil, F7 mago.
I gave a simultaneous exhibition, and you can see in the orange Don Camilo Restrepo. It's one of the biggest collector of ancient chess books. And when I say ancient, I mean ancient, like the Ruy Lopez ones. So it was really incredible to see his collection. Again, the Tarrito Rojo Chess simultaneous exhibition for the best 25 players of Medellin. They, once again, the same as with the Bogotá kids, needed to play in the qualification tournament. I also met with the best young kids of Medellin from the age of 5 till the age of 16. I had some very interesting games and very tough encounters. There were 3 draws in the Medellin simul and 4 draws in the Bogotá simul, and I was fortunate enough not to lose a single one. As always, Tarrito Rojo was very generous with prizes. And, of course, every participant got at least one prize. And the last stop of my trip to Medellin was the visit to the Fundación Heroica Mina. It is a military foundation for the people who were hurt while serving for their country. Once again, I gave a small simultaneous exhibition. I spoke to these people, wished them all the very best in their lives. It was a very special trip for me, and I was very happy to share my love for the game of chess with so many kids and people in Colombia. Thanks to Tarrito Rojo for making this trip possible, and I hope to come back to Colombia soon.